Hi, this is Bird from Birds SVGs, and in this video I'll show you how I put the Easter egg shaker card together from the Easter egg hunt SVG collection. First off, can I just apologise for my voice? I've got the lurgy at the moment. Okay, so I'm starting off by gluing the insert into the middle of my card. And this means that you can use some nice bright colour papers for your card, because you have an area here to write the message to your recipient. I've included this card within this collection so it could be used as an invite to an Easter egg hunt, but alternatively it can be used as an Easter greetings card. Okay, so now we've taken care of the base and the insert, we can now start to work on the front of our card on our shaker element. So you'll find included in the download is your acetate layer and this decorative egg layer that will go over the top of your acetate layer. I'm just adding some glue around the edges and to the main pieces on this decorative layer, but I'm certainly not adding glue everywhere. There's no need for that. So in the central area I'm just adding a few little dots. It's just enough, just a few little dots is enough to hold it in place. Now, as acetate is non-porous, when I place it on top of this piece, I'm trying not to add too much pressure because obviously it doesn't soak into the acetate. It will actually cause the glue to kind of ooze and spread out. So I'm trying not to add too much pressure, just making sure that the two are holding together. Okay, another thing that's a little bit different in this kit is I've added these pieces that will actually form the walls of your shaker element. These are optional. If you'd rather use 3D foam pads and cut them down, or if you've got 3D foam on a roll, of course you can use that instead. But what I've chosen to do here is give you pieces that will make up the walls. There's 6 layers in all, and each of those layers is split into 4. I think it's quite clear where the pieces go because you've got a small piece at the top, a medium piece at the bottom, and then the two side pieces are identical. So it's quite easy to know which bit goes where. Just simply layer them up, pop them in place, and that will form a big enough wall for you to get your sequins or any other shaker elements that you'd like to put inside. So I'm just going to put this one layer together, so you don't have to watch me put all 6 layers together, but it really didn't take a lot of time to pop these into place. And I've cut each of these layers into 4 because it uses a lot less cardstock that way. In fact, I think you get the decorative egg for the front of your shaker element and all of the wall pieces within one piece of cardstock. So I'm not adding a lot of glue to these pieces, just a fine line of glue, and that's enough to hold them in place. And this wall is slightly smaller than the front of the shaker element, so if you don't get the pieces lined up quite right, none of it will be visible, so there's nothing to worry about there. Okay, so that's one layer in place. So you keep on going and adding each layer on top until you have all 6 layers in place. Okay, here I am, I'm working on my last layer. And then I'll just tip this in a moment and you'll be able to see the amount of space that you get inside. I did actually put quite a lot of sequins in my shaker card, and there was plenty of room in there, plenty of depth. Okay, there you can see. Right, so this does mean that I have to be a little bit careful with the placement of my sequins on the front of my card. But it's quite a large shaker area, so as long as I get them around the middle, it'll be absolutely fine. So I'm adding a couple of different colours of sequins to my card. So I'm making sure they're towards the centre of my card, but I'm also making sure that they're in quite an even layer. If you have too high of a pile in the middle, it might get trapped underneath the acetate. But also you want them gathered quite centrally because you don't want any of them to get trapped underneath the glue. So I'm just going to add the glue now to the bottom edge of the walls of my shaker element here. And then I can pop it on my card. Glue gives me a little bit of wiggle room to make sure I've got it just where I want it, and then I'll add some pressure and let the glue take hold. Now you can go ahead and you can add further embellishment to your shaker card. I added a ribbon bow and a couple of enamel dots to mine in the end. But obviously I hope your recipients really enjoy their shaker card.